Hey guys, welcome to Peripheral Vision, and today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the power-ups from Super Mario 64. Power-ups have always been an important part of the Super Mario series. They grant Mario these incredible abilities via suits or mushrooms, or in the case of this game, caps. And I think it's important to examine why and how these particular items work, and what makes them an effective part of the Mario mythos. Now, for those that are unfamiliar, there are three power-ups in Super Mario 64. The Wing Cap, which allows you to fly after being shot out of a cannon or performing a triple jump. The Metal Cap, which makes you invulnerable and allows you to walk on the ground underwater. And the Vanish Cap, which allows you to phase through certain enemies and walls. After being unlocked in secret rooms found throughout the castle, much like the Switch Palaces from Super Mario World, you can find the caps in red, green, and blue boxes inside of the levels. There is a catch, however, because unlike in 2D Mario games where you would lose a power-up from being hit, these power-ups are under a time limit, and if that time runs out, you will revert back to normal Mario. This is where a lot of my issues with these power-ups come from. Because of how the levels are set up, with the Metal Cap and Vanish Cap in particular, you can really only do mission-based gameplay with a time limit. I think that the joy of using Mario's power-ups is from when you can use them to explore the levels, using the Cape Feather or the Fire Flower, things that you can go through any level and just keep. Now, that's not to say that mission-based gameplay is not without its place in a Mario series. I just think that with the first 3D game, they could have utilized their power-ups to explore these big open environments. To a certain degree, they do that with the Wing Cap, I will admit that. However, another problem comes up with the Wing Cap. The Wing Cap is kind of clunky to control. Now, I'm not saying it's absolutely impossible, and I will give it that if you practice with it, you can use it to explore these levels. In fact, they use it a lot. There's a lot of red Wing Cap boxes in these levels, even in ones that wouldn't necessarily need the Wing Cap, so you can just kind of fly around and enjoy the 3D, but it kind of gets hampered for me because of the controls. I think that Super Mario Galaxy did 3D Mario power-ups the best because they had kind of a mix. They had the Cloud Flower for extended exploration of the level, then they had a Fire Flower which was under a time limit for mission-based things. But given that these three power-ups are all under that time limit, that kind of diminishes the experience. Now, I do understand why they did that. This was the first 3D platforming Mario game, and they didn't really know how to handle power-ups, so they used a lot of the aesthetics, like the Switch Palace thing I mentioned earlier, and the coming out of colored boxes things from Super Mario World to give a sense of familiarity, but they didn't want to give power-ups that would allow permanent exploration because they don't think they knew if it would break the gameplay engine with that. So I do understand where they're coming from with it. I just wish that they had given it a little more time and thought. And it's going to sound like I'm bashing the Vanish, Metal, and Wing Cap, but I'm not. I think they're very cool power-ups. I think they're very iconic. But those are my thoughts on the Super Mario 64 power-ups. Overall, I think they're cool and interesting, but I do think that they are a little bit limited with how they're designed. I would say not my favorite, but certainly not as bad as something like the Spring Suit or even the P-Balloon. What are your favorite Mario power-ups, and what do you think of the Super Mario 64 cap set? Please let me know down below in the comments, and as always, later days.